here and cherish all in peaceful days. I fear the edge of dawn, knowing time betrays.
Welcome back, everyone. My name is Meg Zero, back here with more Fire Emblem 3 Houses, and it's actually pretty easy just kind of like to go through this as much as possible.
I have gratitude.
Where it's just very easy to kind of like to coast through this game on even hard difficulty if you know what you're doing, like I have been doing, because you'll actually see when we get back to the monastery that it's actually time for the mission at the end of the month, and we actually do certifications again. Like I said, I can transform into pretty much whatever immediate class I want because it's not that big of a deal, but we are thief right now because we need to do that in order to pass the abyssal exam. And everyone but Ferdinand is able to like reclass it to a secondary class at this point. So what I'm going to do is you can either put him into a brigand or you can put him into a brawler. We're going to put him... I've never seen what the brawler class brings forth, but I do prefer the brigand class because it actually gives you death blow, if I'm remembering correctly. Whereas its promotional state, the, what was it? The warrior gives you, what was it? Wow, a brigand at base level has a magic of 6. Wow, yeah, sure. But what I'm talking about is that the characters, when you're playing with them, it's always strange, like what level of the classes you want, but I'm pretty much going to be focusing on certain things only. Like right now, you can see Bernadetta I made into a brigand as well, and that's purely for the attack stat. And we're just kind of like going through all these real quick because, like I said, you don't want some of these very often. The last time I did this, I believe, yeah, you get Fiendish Blow from being a mage. But if we become a priest, there's no guarantee that we'll pass. So right now we'll just be a mage, and then I'll probably reclass into priest later. So that way we can get the students to have a more wide variety of skills. Because I believe Dorothea doesn't have that many offensive white magic uses, despite the fact she gets white magic avoid plus 20. Which is a really weird thing in my opinion, but whatever. You see I'm going a lot with the brigands because it increases your stat gain upon level up. Even though in honestly you don't want to do that because brigands don't get a lot of skill on level up. That's a plus 1. Yeah, to magic. And Leonie, I'm gonna do the same thing because she was actually able to master out soldier. So, bam, it's just like the class full of brigands. Like, that's what the magic, it's gonna be magic users and brigands. It's like, we're gonna be the worst class in terms of actual appearance, because it's like, oh yeah, why is everyone in this class a brigand? We're not gonna do that, though, for Anna. Anna is going to become a thief. And the reason why we're having Anna be in the thief class is because as a thief, she'll actually be able to not only get what I consider her old personal skill back, being steal and lock touch, but it actually works out better. So again, we're just kind of like promoting everyone that's the reason why I bought a bunch of the older stuff. Of the bunch of intermediate seals, and you want to do that DLC quest over and over, the one that gives you a bunch of gold, and the one you want to keep doing that one over and over and over and over because it just gives you so much. I'm gonna make you a brawler because Balthus is the type of man who just punches things as his problem. I'm actually surprised he doesn't have support with Caspar, given the fact they both kind of like to fight, even though Balthus, a reason for fighting, is more, oh wow, he gets luck plus 3, meaning his luck is atrocious. Yeah, we'll trade that. Alright, Constance gonna make you a mage, because you're one off from Monk, but Monk really, again, doesn't do much. Like, the intermediary classes, they give you movement skills, and the initial, like, plus 2 to this random stat. And it usually makes sense, like, Mercenary or Myrmidon gives you plus 2 to, gives you plus 2 to speed, and I believe gives you swap. Soldier gives you reposition, and +2 to defense. So we're gonna make Happy a mage. No, not a cavalier, a mage, because let's be honest, if they require you to wield, they probably do require you to wield lances in order to become a Valkyrie. And if it does, I'm gonna be pissed, because that seems like a random skill for you to have as something. Is like, look at that, her strength stat is actually not that bad. Change you to that class, so everyone's in their secondary classes. We keep Byleth as a thief because he's actually doing well as a thief because he's almost there. We're gonna promote Edelgard to. Oh no! Her authority isn't high enough to be a lord, so we're gonna kind of keep her off on that real quick, even though she has the authority. Hubert, we're going to make you a mage. Just wow, mage, hit hard, hit fast. Because it's dumb, like how certain characters don't get certain things, but whatever.
Passed, have I?
Do that. And Ferdinand, you're going to stay a soldier right now because I can't promote you further. So let's go to the marketplace. No, let's just start the mission right now. Let's say the Magdred. Oh yeah, look at this. We are over leveled for this. We're supposed to be level 5. We're level 9. We're double the level we need to be this much. Your house must help the Knights of Sarah suppress Lord Lonato's rebellion at Castle Gaspar. Though you are told not to expect combat, the deep fog at Madrid Way sets you ill at ease. Yeah, like that isn't foreboding enough already. It's just, yeah, set the mood, why don't you? The Magdred Ambush, Chapter 3, Mutiny in the Mist.
No matter how powerful our enemies may be, there is no need to worry so long as we're with Catherine, the mighty wielder of Thunderbrand.
Thunderbrand? What you talking about, Hubert?
You mean you don't know? My weapon is called Thunderbrand. It's one of the hero's relics. A long time ago, the goddess bestowed divine weapons upon 10 heroes, which were passed down to their descendants. It's an honor to wield, but I'm afraid there won't be any chance for that today. Our mission is to help clean up the aftermath, not to fight.
Well, it's a Fire Emblem chapter,
One
so I'm
must
expecting a
wonder why
fight.
Lord Lonato would incite such a reckless rebellion.
It all goes back to the tragedy of Duskur.
Excuse me, what? Tragedy of Duskur, I don't know much about that.
Roughly 4 years ago, the King of Fargus was murdered by the people of Duskur. I believe that about sums it up, correct?
Wow, that's
To put it
very
simply,
short and to the
yes.
point.
But there's more to that story. They had accomplices within the kingdom as well. Lord Lonato's son, Kristoff, was one of them, and so he was handed over to the church for execution.
Hey, yo, excuse me, what? The church executes criminals?
Speaking from the church's perspective, we simply passed judgment according to our doctrine in place of the kingdom, which was in complete chaos. Whatever the truth behind that incident may be, Lord Lonato has harbored resentment toward the church ever since.
Oh yeah, that's freaking
To
reasonable.
be more specific, his grudge isn't only against the church. It's also against the one who turned Kristoff over to them.
Report! The enemy is approaching. They can't be avoided. Their numbers are far greater than we predicted. They use the fog to slip past the Knight's perimeter.
It looks like our mission just changed, Professor. Everyone, prepare for battle!
That cannot be good. So we're actually going to get the taste of what original Fire Emblem players really had to deal with, and they found very annoying. And let's be honest, it's really cheap if you think about it from a logical standpoint on what they did in terms of what they did. So let's look at the map. As you can no doubt tell, it's already pretty misty, but if you go further in, we are dealing with what people call Fog of War. Fog of War is kind of bullshit, because the only thing you can see from our outside perspective are the places where people fell in combat or experience. For us, that makes it difficult to move forward and pretty dangerous. So let's look at our units. We can only deploy 10, and I was using these 10 for training. Alright, so let's take out you. Well, take out Anna. We'll make her an adjutant to us so she can at least gain some experience. Edelgard can have Hubert as an adjutant. It makes the most sense. Bernadetta's already doing good. We have Linhardt. Let's see. Who else can we throw in? Let's see. Let's throw in Dorothea and Caspar, and we'll have Balthus get Yuri as an adjutant. I feel like that's good. Like a good mix of magic and physical. Like what? Like our characters are mostly magic and all that. But Fog of War, we're gonna have to deal with this. And the way you deal with this is that you go to the marketplace real quick, go to the item shop, and we're gonna throw this on. Let's see. We're gonna throw it on Happy because with Happy you can buy things like this, torches.
Thanks a bunch.
You get 3 torches and a blazing flame that increases visibility and heavy fog. I'm telling you this, you don't get a lot of Fog of War mounts. I believe this is like what, one of like at most 2 or 3. And it's just kind of showing you. It's more for story purposes rather than anything else, if I'm being honest. We'll give you a torch so you can get rid of the iron bow that you have that's broken because I broke weapons in between chapters, just spamming the weapon arts. We're going to change our inventory from combat arts so we can get someone like you now. Let's see, Bernadetta, take off those. We're going to give you Deadeye and swap. So that way you can swap out of danger. And yeah, you really don't get a whole lot of these. We'll just switch out Wrath Stripe and Night Kneeler. Balthus has these, but we'll keep this off. We don't even need Curve Shot. Why does he have Curve Shot? That is it in regards to what we need. So what we're going to do is we're going to save here, and let's actually start this fight. Defeat the enemy commander. Byleth or Edelgard falls in battle.
With this fog, it's impossible to tell where the enemy might be, or how many of them there are. The enemy could be trying to surround us, but they shouldn't have enough soldiers to form a tight circle. Take down anyone who breaks through the fog, and let's push through!
That smell. It's fresh blood. It seems the battle has already started within the fog.
Proceed with caution. Wait for them to enter your field of view.
Yeah, low visibility maps. On battlefields with thick fog, your units will only be able to see the enemies that are close by. Proceed with caution, and units movement will be cut short if interrupted by an enemy. You can earn a reward if your allies do not suffer heavy losses. Be careful, your allies do not suffer heavy losses, meaning you want to make sure that your allies live, and more often than not, that's pretty easy to do.
Focused.
It's not that difficult to say, oh yeah, here, this is going to be difficult, but let's put down a torch, and bam, visibility increased dramatically. Look at that.
I will prevail.
And we'll do this. We'll start moving units upward because characters like us
I am Ferdinand von Iron.
are going to be relatively fine, but a person like Catherine and her goon squad are going to need people who are very good at healing someone in general. Alright, so we're going to throw on the Iron Axe right now, and we're going to let the turn rock.
Lord Lonato doesn't deserve such sadness and anger. Now it's your turn to suffer.
Yeah, you say that, but it doesn't matter. Take you out, and Edelgard's almost done with mastering her class, which is good for us. Alright, we took out that one. Oh, we didn't take him out, but...
We're just gonna do nothing while you try to kill our lord?
Yeah, you did hit, but we actually gained... You keep, like, as long as you enter combat, you're fine, pretty much. Ooh, wow. She just annihilated them. Like, make it that what you will, but she can... Catherine can actually make it difficult for you to gain experience, because she will actively make it harder because she'll keep taking out enemies and thus robbing you of experience. And she hits very hard. In comparison to like other enemies, Catherine hits ridiculously hard. But not as hard as Bernadetta hit. Look at that, 32 damage. What the frig is that? I forgot. She already mastered that class. Frig, I forgot. Alright, we move closer. Move ever so slightly closer. We're gonna heal with you because healing is absolutely necessary moving forward, and we're just gonna have everyone say beep 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 beep. Ferdinand is probably I'm probably being way too risky with Ferdinand, putting him way too close in range, but we're also trying to see what happens. But it's not like they're gonna hit us that hard. Look at that. Violet just takes it with his chest of being shot. It's like, ah yes, I take it with my chest. And it just bounces off. What's the weapon triangle to a god? Punch. Oh, I was about to say we get 2% crit, because those popped up a lot in the other version. Don't you dang it! Jeez, yeah, Thunderbrand allows you to strike twice, and it does do a lot of damage. Let's see. You're right here. I know you are.
Well done.
Yeah, except I actually couldn't do anything. Alright, so what we're gonna do is this. Yeah, we're gonna...
I won't let you anywhere near Lord Lonato.
Yeah, we're risking a lot of damage, but not really, because, oh wow, it's only 5. It's like really low damage, but... Let's do this. We're gonna use the steel bow, and we're just gonna attack. And bam, we took out the Gaspard enemy. The fog is anything as a world as dark mage being defeated. It seems the fog was being caused by magic.
It's you. Thunderstrike Cassandra. It was your wretched zealotry that killed my son.
The only name I answer to is Catherine. Prepare to taste the blade of one who serves the goddess. Now you face a knight of Theros!
The fog is cleared. There's nothing left to hide you or the filthy Central Church from the judgment of the goddess.
Judgment of the goddess, eh? Well, yeah, that's all you really want the torches for at the beginning, because like, oh yeah, it just does that. It helps you see better. But yeah, once you take out the Dark Mage, yeah, Fog of War is over. Which is good for us. As you can no doubt tell, as by the way we're just kind of, you know, going in and destroying the enemy right now. Let's go with Iron Gauntlets. Bam, bam, bam. Triple combo. It's actually, yeah, it's actually not that difficult. We're gonna get a heal off real quick. So we get to, you know, gain experience and mastery over our class. Because getting, like, look at this, like, I'm going to deliberately put myself that way so that way we can have you master your class off Edelgard. And I think we should be fine because no one realistically is going to put us within death range. And the steel bow broke. Miss, and bam, we get 2 hits in. Like, these maps can be relatively easy if you know what you're doing. Wow, it does 0 damage with an iron sword. Balthus has so many abs. His abs on abs protect him from all the damage. Please just go down and take it. Do not. Catherine. Yeah, you're not helping your cause right here by making me, you know, have to go out of my way to spend resources to gain levels. But then again, we're already double the level of what we're fighting right now, so it really doesn't matter. We're going to punch this guy very, very hard. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Take him out. Very easy. Alright, we're going to use magic on this guy right here. With the wind spell. Bam. Like, it's actually very easy, like, once you get the hang of it. Like, sure, the game can be kind of annoying with it first half. It's like, oh, your students have not seen regular combat. But as soon as you throw them into that DLC paralog, bam, like, they essentially become... they become way stronger than whatever they're fighting because that DLC paralog goes higher with you.
Please don't die.
I'm sorry, but I don't believe Lord Lonato has the strength to carry on.
Huh, that's dark. But yeah, once you do that, like, your characters just become way too strong for whatever they're fighting. This point, miasma, bam. Like I said, we're already double the level we should be fighting this. And that's because the base game doesn't scale the levels off the enemy counters. It doesn't scale off your level. The DLC does. The DLC for gold and all that, they scale off your level hard. So if you're ever wanting to grind, you can just always do that, and it always will be beneficial for you. So let's see. I'm purposely letting Byleth get hit because we want more experience to master the Thief class. So that way we can just be better. Miss before you die. And Edelgard's about to master the Myrmidon class. No! Gosh dang it, Catherine. Taking all the experience. Alright, for real though, we are going to move that way. We're going to get closer. And we're going to attack with fire. Because Thunder, I believe, is more powerful. We should save it for that on. Oh, hey. You mastered Mage. I forgot. I already had you mastered in Mage. It's just get you a more powerful class. Let's see. Move everyone closer. Like, oh, wait, you already mastered Mage? Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. I give you the mastered skill already. But yeah, we want to try to keep everyone as alive in terms of our allies as well. The more allies we have alive at the end of this, the better it'll be for us.
Thank you.
Just everyone healing, everyone, this giant circle jerk. Let's see, move closer. And we should be good, because they're gonna attack us. And we won't, never mind, we did get the kill. Just punch him very hard. I want to make it to where it's difficult for Catherine to get forward, because we don't want Catherine to like, swoop in and get the kills. Because Catherine makes it more difficult for us to get kills. And we'll do that. We get the rusted sword, send that to the convoy. We might get something cool out of that because, you know, it's just a rusted weapon. Alright, we'll attack. Gauntlets. Bam. 1, 2, 3. Bang. Balthus just putting in work. Alright, move forward. And get the... Ooh, we can't heal actually right now. Make it that much will. Well, we can heal. We're just gonna heal off someone like Balthus because you get Physic. And Physic's an amazing spell because it'll just let you heal from super far away.
I think I'm improving.
I think you need to improve your magic there, Linhart. Because gosh dang, you need to improve. Alright, hopefully they just don't go after Lonato. But knowing this game, they probably will. We're gonna get the curve shot because it just gives us +1 in might, and we take out the enemy. And Bernadette gains some points. We'll throw Balthus right here so he can get the training sword, even though he really doesn't need it. We're gonna throw us right. No, we're gonna throw into the forest. You right here. Another training weapon. You gotta buff up the training weapons and they become good long-term early game weapons, but really, like, why do you want to use a long-term early game weapon versus something else which can be more beneficial to you? Like, I do that with steel weapons, but not like something like a brave weapon or a silver weapon, because it just takes way too long to repair them. You're not gonna hit me. I have 30. Yeah, you're not gonna hit. But 42. I'm expecting, oh, not another one. Ooh, actually do 0 damage. Huh. That's fine by me. You're not gonna hit me. And actually they did hit me, but they did no damage. Yeah, biased it. It actually doesn't matter all that much. No! Frickin' A. I hate the allies sometimes because they get way overzealous and they just throw in and ruin up my plan. My plan is to like get experience for the students so that way they become stronger, but Catherine's like, nah, lol, you're not gonna have that. Like, chalk that as another reason I don't like Catherine all that much. Like, sure, She's fine, but given the route we're gonna go through, it's not gonna be the best, trust me. 1, 2. Just get hit off 1. Let's see, let's just get the kill off with Dorothea. So again, let's have an evolutionary class to go with. And we can't move. But we can move forward this way. Have them try to target Balthus and his amazing just abs that block everything. Heal Caspar. And have Edelgard just move this way, despite the fact she probably should have been mastered right now. Oh, wow, he threw in that kick. We don't see kits thrown that often in Fire Emblem games. C+ now. Alright. Catherine, I swear to God. It's like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to block Catherine off because she's just gonna get all the kills. And it's actually Catherine's work is actively making this harder for me. You're like, yeah, it's supposed to show off how powerful she is, but it makes it harder for us to gain experience as a group. And I can't put her in a spot. Alright, so let's see. Let's just move everyone closer.
I owe you one.
And that's not what I wanted, but whatever. Like, I'm not even trying to train something up like my, what was it? I'm not actively trying to train up my brawling capabilities. The only reason I'm making them higher than usual is so that it's just weak weapons, and it allows us to hit our enemies softly, so to speak. Do not go up there.
You. I will be the one to kill you. No other.
You have lost all sense of justice. You want to fight me? So be it. I'll send you to meet your goddess.
Good Lord, this woman. Alright, here. We're getting experience off this. And battalion replenished. Alright, so let's see. We can hit him with the combat art. Let's hit him with Deadeye, because Deadeye will hit hard.
You have been deceived by that witch. I will show you the truth. Forgive me.
I never thought I'd see Lonato meet this fate. Well done, everyone. Let's gather our troops and go.
Yeah. Oh wow, it was muted for that, but yeah, you don't really get much for saving the allies, but hey, at least you get something like the secret book and Goddess Icon, but you never know.
I've never seen so many people utterly heartbroken.
Forcing innocent citizens to risk their lives? That man was not a noble, but a monster.
What could have pushed Lord Lonato to this point?
Everyone was a bit shaken by the militia fighting alongside our enemies.
Why was everyone shaken? But that is the reality of battle. Some people will lay down their lives for other people.
Everyone could face reality so unflinchingly. The commoners who allied themselves with Lord Lonato believed they were fighting for a just cause. It would be disrespectful to consider them simply victims when they died for what they believed in. Still, We have no choice but to eliminate those who cling to unreasonable ideas of justice. Even if our enemies are the gods themselves, we must never lose sight of our goal.
That's taking it a bit far, don't you think?
Is it? Such a day may come, whether you expect it or not. You should be ready. Really, I'm just like Lonato. I, too, will be the sort of ruler who's willing to risk the lives of my citizens in service of a higher cause.
Then you don't deserve to be a
It's not possible
ruler.
to change the world without sacrifice. Dying for the greater good is not a death in vain.
There's a video you should watch on that, but
Professor,
by Out of Frame,
I'm
the
afraid
dangers
this
of
incident
fighting
is
for something
far
called
more
the greater
serious
good.
than anticipated. I found this on Lord Lonato. It's a note that mentions a plan to assassinate Lady Rhea. We can't tell who sent it, so the source is suspect, but the content is too disturbing to ignore. We must report this to Lady Rhea right away. I hope that it's nothing.
The man planned a rebellion. It's not going to be nothing for a plan to assassinate the Archbishop of a fictional
I am
video
glad
game.
to see that you have returned safely. The goddess is gracious with her divine protection. But it was not only her divine protection that shielded you, was it? You are just as skilled as I had hoped.
All in the students. A day's work, but it's all a day of work, but students deserve the
I'm
praise
not
the
so
most.
sure. I heard some of the students were hesitant about fighting militia. However, we must punish any sinner who may inflict harm upon believers, even if those sinners are civilians. I pray the students learned a valuable lesson about the fate that awaits all who are foolish enough to point their blades towards the heavens.
Our real concern is what Catherine reported. The secret message that was in Lord Lonato's possession.
Yeah, the plan
It
to
contained a
assassinate the
deplorable
Lady
plot
Pope with
to target the Archbishop on the day of the
Lady
goddess's
Rhea.
rite of rebirth. The plan seems unrealistic at best, but a threat is a threat. We must maintain constant vigilance. To that end, I would like for you and your students to help with security on the day of the ritual.
You can count on us, I suppose.
That is most reassuring. You have my gratitude.
The rite of rebirth is of paramount importance. It is when the Church of Seros and its believers unite to pray for the return of the goddess. The Archbishop and I will be confined to the Goddess Tower once the ritual begins. Of course, the Knights will be on high alert as well, but there aren't enough of them to keep watch on every corner of the monastery. It is far from ideal to be forced to mobilize students, but the gravity of this situation requires that we all bend to avoid breaking.
While there is no need to fear for my safety, we cannot turn a blind eye to those who would blaspheme so heinously.
With any luck, this will all be for naught. Still, be on your guard.
I'll give it some thought, but you never know when something dangerous can happen towards the students. But everyone, that was Mutiny in the Mist. Not that difficult as a fight, it really wasn't. But then again, we were over-leveled for it because of all the training that the students got in between battles. But everyone, that'll be it for this episode. My name is Meg Zero, and I will catch you all later.